They say aging is natural, but what if I told you losing your strength doesn't have to be? By the time most people turn 60, something silent and dangerous begins to happen. Muscle loss, weakness, fatigue. It starts slowly until one day, walking up the stairs feels harder. Getting out of a chair takes more effort, and independence slips away before you even realize it's gone. But here's the shocking part: it doesn't have to be this way. Scientists have discovered that a rare group of older adults still run, lift, hike, and play like they're 30 years younger. In this video, we're going to uncover their secrets, backed by research from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and more. If you're over 60, this might be the most important health video you'll ever watch. Let's begin. Meet the superagers, aging without slowing down. Now here's where things get really interesting. Scientists have discovered a rare group of older adults who seem to defy the rules of aging. They're in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, and yet they move, think, and live like people decades younger. They're called superagers. While most of their peers struggle with stiffness, joint pain, or daily fatigue, these superagers are still hiking, biking, lifting weights, traveling, and chasing after grandkids without skipping a beat. They don't just feel younger. Their bodies actually function younger. Tests show they often have the strength, balance, and reaction time of someone 20-30 years their junior. Some even outperform people in their 40s in basic strength tests. But it's not just about muscles. These individuals also show sharper memory, better coordination, and greater independence, while others rely on walkers, medications, or caregivers. Superagers are still living fully on their own terms. So what's their secret? Are they just genetically blessed? Not exactly. According to research from places like Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic, it's not about luck, it's about daily habits. Simple things they do, consistently, that protect their muscles, sharpen their minds, and delay the aging process naturally. And the best part? You can do them too. In this video, we'll explore the 7 daily habits of superagers, backed by science, easy to apply, and powerful enough to change the way you age. Starting today. Habit number 1. Stress that makes you stronger. It sounds crazy, I know, but some of the strongest and healthiest people in their 60s actually put their bodies under stress. On purpose. Not emotional stress, not overworking. This is something called hormetic stress. Short, controlled bursts of physical stress that trigger your body to grow stronger. It's based on one simple truth: what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And science backs this up. According to researchers at the Buck Institute for Research on Aging, mild stress signals your body to repair and strengthen itself, especially your muscles and energy systems. Let's break down the 3 most powerful types of hormetic stress used by strong, healthy people in their 60s, and how you can start using them too. 1. Cold exposure, a chill that heals. This one's simple. End your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water. Why? Because that brief cold shock activates brown fat, increases mitochondrial function, and boosts a hormone called adiponectin, which helps protect your muscle from breakdown. Cold exposure doesn't just wake you up, it tells your body, stay sharp, stay strong. In one study from Finland, seniors who used saunas 4 to 7 times per week had 40% less muscle loss over a decade compared to those who didn't. Cold exposure creates a similar effect in the opposite direction. It trains your body to adapt and resist decline. Start small, 30 seconds at the end of your shower. It'll feel uncomfortable, but the results are powerful. 2. Heat exposure, repair through heat. Heat works too. Regular use of saunas or even hot baths can trigger heat shock proteins, which help repair muscle cells and reduce inflammation. Think of them as your body's emergency repair team. They show up when things get uncomfortable. If you don't have access to a sauna, no problem. A 20-minute hot bath can have similar benefits. The key is consistency. Just 2 to 3 times per week is enough to start improving your body's ability to recover and rebuild muscle. 3. Intermittent fasting, letting your body reset. Another powerful and free hormetic stressor is intermittent fasting, or simply waiting longer between meals. When you go 14 to 16 hours without food, let's say you finish dinner at 6 p.m. and skip breakfast until 10 a.m., your body activates a natural process called autophagy, which clears out damaged cells and improves muscle energy.
According to research from the Salk Institute, this process can boost muscle mitochondrial function by 10% in just 12 weeks, and it doesn't require losing weight. Many strong seniors eat in an 8 to 10 hour window each day. It's not about starvation, it's about giving your body time to repair. The bottom line: hormetic stress only works when it's brief, controlled, and followed by rest. These small, uncomfortable challenges actually activate longevity genes, like FOXO and sirtuins, the very genes that help preserve muscle, increase energy, and slow aging. So start small. End your next shower with a cold rinse. Try a warm bath this weekend, or simply eat dinner a little earlier and skip breakfast now and then. You don't need to be extreme, just consistent. Because these gentle stresses over time can help you stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Habit number 2, protein timing. When you eat matters, most people over 60 know that they need more protein. But what very few realize is that how you spread your protein throughout the day matters just as much, maybe even more, than how much you eat. This is what scientists call anabolic resistance, a gradual decline in the body's ability to use protein for building muscle as we age. In younger people, almost any protein intake triggers muscle growth. But in older adults, the signal is weaker. That's why timing and distribution become critical. The mistake most seniors make: the average senior eats most of their daily protein at dinner, maybe a small breakfast, toast, cereal, or fruit, a light lunch, maybe soup or a sandwich, then a big dinner with meat, beans, or fish. But here's the problem: your muscles can only absorb and use a limited amount of protein at one time, typically around 25 to 30 grams per meal. When you save all your protein for one large dinner, your body can't use it all effectively. The rest gets stored or wasted. This means you could be eating enough total protein, but still losing muscle just because your meals aren't balanced. The right way to eat for muscle health. Researchers at the University of Texas conducted a study comparing two groups of seniors. Group A ate 90 grams of protein mostly at dinner. Group B spread that 90 grams evenly across 3 meals, 30 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Guess what? Group B built significantly more muscle, even though they ate the exact same total amount of protein. That's the power of protein timing. Your body has what's called a muscle protein synthesis window, about 3 to 4 hours after every meal. If you hit it with enough high-quality protein, you build muscle. If you miss it, you don't. What should you do? Here's the simple rule. Eat 25-30 grams of protein in every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's it. Here are some easy examples. Breakfast: 2 eggs plus Greek yogurt plus a small protein shake. Lunch: grilled chicken salad with beans and cheese. Dinner: baked salmon with quinoa and steamed vegetables. Even plant-based eaters can follow this with lentils, tofu, tempeh, or protein-fortified cereals. And if your appetite is smaller in the morning, try drinking a protein smoothie with fruits and seeds. It's light but effective. The takeaway: as we age, muscle loss isn't just about eating too little protein. It's often about eating it at the wrong time. Fixing this one habit can improve muscle retention by up to 25%, according to multiple studies, even without changing your exercise routine. So if you're over 60 and want to keep your strength, mobility, and independence, don't just focus on what you eat, focus on when you eat it. Habit number 3, vitamin D optimization. The muscle vitamin you're probably missing. Most people think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin. But what most don't realize is that vitamin D is also critical for maintaining muscle strength and coordination. That's why researchers now call it the muscle vitamin. And yet, over 80% of people over 60, that's a silent problem, yes, with serious consequences. Why vitamin D matters more than you think. Vitamin D isn't just a passive nutrient. It activates genes in your muscle cells that are directly involved in muscle growth, repair, and contraction. If your vitamin D is too low, those genes simply don't turn on, and your body loses the ability to build or even maintain muscle mass. According to a study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, older adults with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% stronger muscles, faster reaction times, better balance and coordination. And as you probably know, these aren't just nice-to-haves. They're key to preventing falls, staying independent, and avoiding hospital visits. How do you know if you're low? A simple blood test can measure your vitamin D level. Here's what the numbers mean. Below 20 ml equals deficiency, 20-30 ml insufficient,
30-40 ml equals acceptable.
Above 40 ml is ideal and common in superagers. If you're not sure where you stand, ask your doctor for a 25-hydroxyvitamin D test. It's simple and could change your health trajectory.
Why sunlight isn't always enough?
Yes, your body naturally produces vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, but there's a catch. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making it. By the time you're 65, your skin produces 50% less vitamin D than it did in your 20s. Add in sunscreen, time spent indoors, or living in a cloudy climate, and it's easy to see why so many seniors are deficient. That's why supplementation becomes necessary. How to supplement safely and effectively. Experts now recommend that most seniors take 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day, unless otherwise directed by a blood test. Here's how to do it safely. Choose vitamin D3, not D2. It's more effective.
Take it with a meal that contains fat.
Vitamin D is fat-soluble.
Get regular blood tests every 6-12 months to track your levels.
But here's something most people don't know. Taking high doses of vitamin D without enough vitamin K2 can be risky. Vitamin K2 helps direct calcium to your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. Without it, calcium can build up in blood vessels, increasing your risk of heart issues. That's why many experts suggest pairing vitamin D with vitamin K2, MK7 form, either through fermented foods like natto or aged cheese, or combined supplements. Don't forget food sources too. In addition to supplements, try adding more vitamin D-rich foods: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel,
Egg yolks,
fortified dairy or plant milk, mushrooms exposed to sunlight, combined with smart sun exposure, 10 to 15 minutes a day if possible. These can support healthy levels, but rarely enough on their own.
The takeaway: vitamin D isn't just for bones. It's a critical hormone for muscle strength, coordination, and independence. Without enough of it, your muscles weaken, your balance fades, and your risk of falling skyrockets. But with the right balance of sunlight, smart supplementation, and proper testing, you can give your body the foundation it needs to stay strong and active well into your later years. Don't wait until a fracture or fall.
Get ahead of it now by checking your levels and optimizing your vitamin D the right way. Habit number 4, inflammation control. Stop the silent muscle killer. You've probably heard the word inflammation before, but what you may not know is that chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the biggest reasons older adults lose muscle, and no one tells you about it. Scientists even have a name for it: inflammaging. The slow, silent inflammation that comes with age. You can't see it. You can't feel it right away. But inside your body, it's quietly sabotaging your strength, your energy, and your independence. How inflammation wrecks muscle. When your body is inflamed, it releases cytokines, chemical messengers that signal your immune system to go on alert. That's helpful when you have a cut or an infection. But when those inflammatory signals are constantly active, as they often are in people over 60, they start doing damage. Specifically, they break down muscle protein faster than your body can rebuild it, block anabolic signals that normally respond to exercise and protein intake, interfere with insulin function, reducing nutrient absorption. According to research from Tufts University, seniors with the highest inflammation levels lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with low inflammation, even if their diet and exercise were the same. That's how powerful this hidden force is. How superagers keep inflammation low. The strongest seniors don't just eat well or exercise. They manage their inflammation every single day through 4 key habits. 1, they get consistent, deep sleep. Poor sleep increases inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%. That's why superagers go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. They sleep in cool, dark rooms, avoid screens at night, and wind down slowly. Even just 1 bad night of sleep can raise inflammation and weaken your muscles the next day. 2, they heal their gut. You've heard you are what you eat, but science shows you are what your gut can absorb. Aging affects the gut microbiome, allowing harmful bacteria to grow and leak inflammatory compounds into your bloodstream. To fix this, superagers: eat 30+ plant foods per week for fiber diversity. Consume fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut.
Take prebiotics and probiotics when needed.
3, they balance their exercise. Exercise reduces inflammation, but only if you don't overdo it. Superagers focus on moderate daily movement, like walking or stretching, with short bursts of intensity 1-2 times per week. Too much high-intensity training can actually spike inflammation. and damage joints. The goal? Stay active, not exhausted. 4. They eat anti-inflammatory foods. Some of the most powerful inflammation fighters come straight from the kitchen. Fatty fish, omega-3s, salmon, sardines. Turmeric or curcumin, green tea, berries, olive oil. Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts and flax seeds. According to the University of California, restoring gut bacteria with these foods reduced inflammatory markers by up to 29% in just 12 weeks. The tingani takes the way inflammation is sneaky. You don't see it coming, but it quietly breaks down your strength, slows your recovery, and increases your risk of falls. But the good news is you can fight it with small daily actions. Sleep well, feed your gut, move moderately, eat smart. These simple steps will keep your muscles strong, your joints healthy, and your body ready for whatever comes next. Don't let inflammation steal your strength. Take more back control today. Habit number 5. Essential micronutrients for muscle health, the overlooked keys to strength. When we think about building or keeping muscle, most of us focus on the big stuff you see, like protein, exercise, or calories. But here's what many people over 60 don't realize. Without the right micronutrients, your muscles simply can't respond, no matter how well you eat or how often you work out. Micronutrients are the small, often overlooked vitamins and minerals that act like switches and fuel inside your body. They help convert protein into muscle, they regulate nerve signals, and they keep your cells functioning at full capacity. If you're missing even one key nutrient, your body's muscle-building process can stall. Let's take a closer look at the 5 most critical micronutrients for aging muscles and how to get more of them every day. 1. Magnesium, the forgotten muscle mineral. Magnesium supports over 300 enzyme functions, including those involved in muscle contraction, energy production, and protein synthesis. But more than 70% of older adults are deficient, mostly due to poor soil quality, medications, and processed foods. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with adequate magnesium levels had 30% stronger grip strength, faster walking speed, lower risk of muscle cramps and fatigue. Sources: dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, beans, whole grains, and dark chocolate. Tip: supplement with magnesium glycinate or threonate. Both are highly absorbable and easy on the stomach. 2. Creatine, not just for bodybuilders. Many people think creatine is only for young athletes, but research says otherwise. A 2015 study from McMaster University showed that creatine supplementation plus resistance training led to greater muscle gains, strength, and even improved memory in older adults. How it works: creatine helps your muscles generate quick energy and retain water, making them stronger and more responsive to exercise. Recommended dose: 3 to 5 grams per day, taken with a small amount of carbohydrate for best absorption. 3. Vitamin B12, energy, nerve, and muscle function. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. This can lead to fatigue, poor balance, muscle weakness, nerve damage. B12 is crucial for neuromuscular communication, the link between your brain and your muscles. Well, use methylated B12, methylcobalamin. It's more bioavailable than the cheaper cyanocobalamin found in most drugstore vitamins. Sources: meat, fish, dairy, and fortified foods. Vegans and people on acid-reducing medications are especially at risk. 4. Zinc, selenium, and chromium, the trace trio. These 3 minerals work behind the scenes to support protein metabolism, improve insulin sensitivity, helps drive nutrients into muscle cells, protects cells from oxidative stress. In a 5-year study from Tufts University, older adults with optimal levels of these trace minerals had 22% greater muscle retention than those who were mildly deficient. Sources: zinc, oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds. Selenium, Brazil, nuts, tuna. Chromium, whole grains, broccoli. The takeaway: you can eat enough protein, you can lift weights, you can even sleep well and reduce inflammation. But if your body lacks the right micronutrients, your muscles will struggle to grow, function, and stay strong. That's why superagers don't just focus on food. They focus on absorption, blood levels, and supplementing smartly. If you're over 60, talk to your doctor about micronutrient testing. It's simple, and it can reveal silent deficiencies that may be holding you back. Then, fill those gaps through whole foods, high-quality supplements, and daily consistency. Because when it comes to staying strong and independent as you age, the little things really do matter most. Habit number 6, neuromuscular preservation. Keep the brain-muscle connection alive. When most people think about strength, they picture big muscles. But what many don't realize is that the most important muscle connection is actually invisible. It's called the neuromuscular junction, the bridge between your brain and your muscles. Every time you stand up, walk, lift a spoon, or catch yourself from falling, your brain sends a message through nerves to your muscle fibers. But here's the problem. After the age of 60, this connection starts to break down, often faster than your muscles themselves. So even if you eat right and exercise, your brain may struggle to reach the muscles clearly, resulting in slower reflexes, weaker movement, and poor coordination. The strongest seniors, the superagers, don't just train their muscles, they train their nervous system too. Let's look at how they do it. 1. They practice coordination. Rich movements. Basic walking and weightlifting are great, but they're often too predictable to challenge your neuromuscular system. Instead, superagers choose activities that require timing, balance, precision, and reaction. Things like Tai Chi, dance, table tennis, tennis, agility drills with cones, balance boards, or Bosu balls. These activities force your brain to recruit muscle fibers in constantly changing ways, which strengthens the wiring between your brain and body. According to a 2020 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, seniors who practice coordination-heavy activities preserved neuromuscular function 30% better than those who only did traditional workouts. 2. They support their nervous system with key nutrients. Just like your muscles need protein, your nerves need special nutrients to fire properly. Some of the most powerful include alpha-lipoic acid, reduces oxidative damage at the nerve muscle junction. Acetyl L-carnitine supports nerve energy production. Vitamin B1 benphotamine helps produce acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter. Huperzine A, found in Chinese club moss, enhances signal transmission. These nutrients are often missing from standard multivitamins, but superagers seek them out in targeted formulas.
3. They stimulate the vagus nerve with breathing techniques. The vagus nerve is a major communication highway between your brain and body, including your muscles. You can activate it through a simple daily exercise called box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4. Exhale for 4, hold for 4. Whoa. Repeat for 5 minutes each day. Studies show this calms the nervous system, improves neuromuscular coordination, and can even lower inflammation. It's easy, free, and takes just minutes, and superagers swear by it. 4. They keep their mind sharp, on purpose. Because the brain and muscles are connected, cognitive training helps physical performance. Superagers often play memory games, solve puzzles, or learn new skills like languages or instruments, all of which activate brain pathways that support faster reaction and muscle control. In a study from Columbia University, seniors who engaged in cognitive challenges preserved muscular function significantly longer than those who did not, even if they exercised the same amount. The takeaway: if your muscles are the engine, then your nervous system is the wiring, and without strong, clear signals, nothing works right. Neuromuscular breakdown is one of the most underappreciated causes of weakness, falls, and loss of independence in aging. But with the right habits, movement, nutrition, breathing, and mental activity, you can keep the connection alive. And when your brain and body move as one, you stay stronger, sharper, and safer for years to come. Habit number 7, progressive resistance training. The most powerful anti-aging habit. There's one habit that stands above the rest, one that researchers at Tufts University have called the most powerful anti-aging medicine we know of. It's not a drug, it's not a supplement, it's something you can do with your own body, and it works at any age. It's called progressive resistance training. And if you're over 60, it might be the single most important thing you can do to stay strong, steady, and independent. Use it or lose it. But there's a catch: your muscles respond to one simple rule: use it or lose it. But here's the catch most people miss: using light weights over and over, or walking the same route every day, won't stop muscle loss after 60. That's because your body adapts, and once it adapts, progress stops. To truly build or maintain strength, your muscles need progressive challenge. That means gradually increasing the difficulty over time.
This is what separates superagers from everyone else. They don't just move, they train with purpose. How superagers train differently. Here's how the strongest seniors approach resistance training. 1. They focus on intensity, light duration. A short workout done with intensity beats a long one done casually. In fact, one study from McMaster University found that seniors who trained to temporary muscle failure gained more strength in 2 weeks than others did in 5. The key is reaching a point where you can't complete another repetition with good form. That's the trigger point that activates muscle protein synthesis for up to 72 hours. 2. They prioritize compound movements. Instead of isolating one muscle at a time, like bicep curls, superagers train movements that use multiple muscles. Squats, rows, push-ups, deadlifts, pulls and presses. These exercises also improve balance, coordination, and hormonal response, giving you more results in less time. 3. They apply progressive overload. The goal is simple. Do a little more than last time. That might mean adding more weight, doing one more rep, slowing down your movement, holding the position longer. This tells your body, we're still growing, don't shut down. 4. They emphasize the eccentric phase. The eccentric phase means lowering the weight slowly instead of letting it drop. Why is this so powerful? Because it places controlled stress on your muscles without overloading your joints. Perfect for aging bodies. Even just lowering slowly for 4 seconds can double the benefits of each rep. What happens after 12 weeks? In a breakthrough study from the University of Alabama, seniors who completed 12 weeks of progressive resistance training gained 35% more strength, added an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle, improved blood sugar control, balance, and even cognitive function. And these were people who had never trained before, so it's never too late to start. And the benefits reach far beyond muscle. The takeaway resistance training is not just for athletes. It's essential for anyone who wants to age well. The biggest mistake older adults make is thinking strength training is too risky or not for them. But the real risk is not doing it at all, because without it, muscles shrink, bones weaken, falls increase, independence fades. But with just 2 30-minute sessions a week done the right way, you can reverse that path and stay strong for decades. Progressive resistance training isn't just a fitness habit, it's your body's best defense against aging. So now you've seen them, the 7 habits that help superagers stay strong, steady, and independent well into their 70s, 80s, and even beyond. Not through luck, not through perfect genetics. From managing stress in smarter ways, to eating protein at the right time, from nourishing their nerves and muscles. The truth is, it's never too late to start. And no matter where you are in your journey, every step counts. Because the strength you build today isn't just for lifting weights, it's for lifting yourself off the floor, out of the chair, and into the life you deserve to live. So if this video helped you, even a little, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. We've got more science-backed tips, powerful routines, and inspiring stories coming your way. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp, and remember, your best years are not behind you. They're still ahead.